Have you ever wondered what it's like to follow someone online, seeing their glamorous life unfold before your eyes, only to have that illusion shattered in an instant? Naa Dromor was one of those captivating personalities, an inspiring beauty and talented cosmetologist whose dazzling presence lit up social media. Her followers watched her transformation, celebrated her victories, and felt connected to her vibrant spirit. But one fateful night, a date that seemed innocent spiraled into a tragedy that would leave a community in shock. On October 15, 2019, tragedy struck in Ohio. A young woman named Naa Dromor, known to her friends and family as Nene, unexpectedly lost her life under horrific circumstances. Nene had agreed to go on a seemingly ordinary date with a man she had recently met. What should have been a fun, carefree evening turned into a nightmare, ultimately costing her life. This heartbreaking incident serves as a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in even the most familiar situations. Before we delve deeper into this tragic case, we want to extend our deepest condolences to Naa's family and friends. In the face of such immense loss, we hope they find strength in the love and support of their community. We also want to remind our viewers to stay safe and vigilant, especially when it comes to personal encounters like dating, where trust is often given but can be easily exploited. Naa Dromor was born on March 28, 1995, to senior pastor Glitter Sauer and his wife Gloria. The family, originally from Ghana, relocated to Cincinnati when Nene was still a child. As she grew up, she became a beloved member of the local Ghanaian community, proud of her heritage and the close-knit bonds she formed with friends and family. Those who knew her affectionately called her Nene, a shortened version of her full name, which was often spoken with love and warmth by those closest to her. With her vibrant personality and zest for life, Nene developed a passion for beauty and fashion. As she came of age, she became a cosmetologist, transforming her love for beauty into a thriving business. Nene was well known for her expertise in hairstyling and makeup, particularly for women of color. Her talent was undeniable, and her salon, Ahu Styles, garnered a loyal client base that appreciated her tagline, "Beauty is confidence." Nene's skill extended far beyond her salon walls. With her captivating beauty and entrepreneurial spirit, she built a massive following on social media. On Instagram alone, she had over 12,000 followers, all drawn in by her radiant presence, her fashion-forward looks, and the stunning transformations she regularly posted of her clients. Whether it was a flawless silk press on curly hair or a glamorous makeover, Nene's work spoke for itself. Her Instagram page was filled with comments from satisfied clients and admirers who appreciated both her talent and her infectious personality. But as her social media presence grew, so did the number of people who wanted to meet her in person. Many of her male followers were drawn not just by her work, but also by her curvaceous figure, which conformed to the hourglass body type popularized by celebrities like Kim Kardashian. While Nene exuded confidence in her posts and wore outfits that accentuated her natural beauty, the same platform that helped her build a business also attracted the wrong kind of attention. Behind the allure of social media, however, lurked predators. Despite her slightly flirty online persona, Nene was far more than just a pretty face. She was a licensed cosmetologist and a pharmacy technician, professions that required at least a year of rigorous training. In reality, Nene was setting herself up for long-term success, working hard to build a future for herself. Her beauty and charm were just one aspect of a complex, driven woman who had much more to offer. Nonetheless, her social media life painted a picture of luxury. Her posts showcased visits to upscale restaurants, vacations to exotic locations, and designer outfits that seemed to tell the world she was living the high life. This cultivated image gave some the impression that she came from a wealthy family, though it is more likely she was an ambitious young woman financing her dreams herself. As the eldest daughter, Nene was indeed successful by many measures. She had her own business and was on track to achieve even more. But on that fateful night, none of her accomplishments could protect her from the evil intentions of the man she agreed to meet. Like many young people, she was simply looking for some fun and relaxation after a long week. What she didn't know was that the man she was meeting had sinister plans. The details of how they met remain unclear. It could have been through mutual friends, or perhaps they connected through social media, which has become increasingly common in today's digital age. What is clear, however, is that this man had no intention of simply enjoying an evening out. His plan was far more nefarious, and Nene could never have anticipated the horror that was to come. As the date progressed, they sat together, seemingly enjoying their time. But at some point during the evening, the man spiked Nene's drink with a sedative, intent on incapacitating her. He likely thought that drugging her would make it easier to manipulate her, perhaps hoping to take advantage of her vulnerability. What he didn't anticipate, or perhaps didn't care about, was how the drug would affect her body. Naa's body had an adverse reaction to the sedative, which led to cardiac arrest. In a matter of minutes, her heart stopped, cutting off the oxygen supply to her brain. The terror she must have felt as her body began to shut down is unimaginable. Despite the efforts of those around her to get medical help, it was too late. Nene's life was slipping away. Cardiac arrest is one of the most frightening medical emergencies a person can experience. Unlike a heart attack, which involves a blockage in the arteries, cardiac arrest is caused by an electrical malfunction in the heart, leading it to stop beating entirely. When this happens, blood flow to the brain and other vital organs ceases almost immediately. Unless help arrives within minutes, the damage is often irreversible. In Nene's case, the delay in getting medical assistance meant that by the time help arrived, she had been without oxygen for too long. Although medical professionals tried to resuscitate her, their efforts were in vain. Naa's brain had been deprived of oxygen for too long, and there was no coming back. The drug responsible for this tragedy was likely GHB, or gamma-hydroxybutyrate. GHB is a popular party drug often used to spike drinks due to its colorless and odorless nature. Just a small dose can cause a person to lose consciousness, and in larger doses, it can lead to seizures, coma, and even death. It's easy to see why a predator might choose GHB as their weapon of choice. Its effects are swift, and it's difficult to detect. In Naa's case, the man likely misjudged the dosage, giving her far more than her body could handle. While this doesn't excuse his actions, it does provide some context as to why the night took such a dark turn. Instead of merely incapacitating her, the large dose triggered a chain reaction in her body, leading to her sudden cardiac arrest. Nene's friends and family were left devastated by her sudden and senseless death. In the days that followed, her community struggled to come to terms with the fact that someone so full of life could be gone so quickly. Lily, a close friend of Nene's, shared the heartbreaking news on social media, revealing the tragic circumstances of her death. Lily's post not only shed light on what had happened that night, but also called for justice. The tragedy of Naa's death was made even more painful by the lack of information surrounding the man responsible. To this day, there is little to no public information about him. It is unclear if he was ever caught, arrested, or brought to justice for his actions. This lack of closure only deepens the grief felt by Naa's loved ones, who are left wondering if justice will ever be served. This story, as heartbreaking as it is, serves as a cautionary tale. It reminds us all to stay vigilant, to protect ourselves, and to look out for one another. Naa Dromor was a bright, beautiful young woman with her whole life ahead of her. She was a daughter, a friend, an entrepreneur, and a community leader. Her death is a tragedy not only because of how she died, but also because of the future that was stolen from her. But beyond that, it is a stark reminder that there are dangers in this world, sometimes hidden behind friendly smiles and familiar faces. Whether it's a date with someone new or an invitation to a party, we must all remain aware of the risks that come with letting our guard down. In the wake of Nene's death, many community members came together to advocate for better awareness of the dangers of drink spiking. Local organizations hosted workshops aimed at educating young people about the importance of safety when socializing, especially regarding alcohol and trust. Nene's friends took to social media to raise awareness, sharing their own experiences and urging others to be cautious. These initiatives have begun to make a difference, inspiring conversations that were long overdue. Young people are increasingly aware of the importance of watching their drinks and looking out for friends in social situations. The legacy of Naa Dromor now serves as a cautionary tale, motivating others to be proactive about their safety. The emotional toll of Naa's death was profound, particularly for her family. Her parents, Glitter and Gloria, spoke at various memorials, sharing their daughter's dreams and aspirations, emphasizing her vibrant spirit and the love she had for her community. They expressed their heartbreak and the void left in their lives by her untimely passing. Her siblings, too, struggled to cope with the loss. Nene had always been a source of inspiration for them, encouraging them to pursue their dreams and always offering her support. The pain of losing her in such a senseless way was something they could hardly comprehend. They often recalled her laughter and the joy she brought to their lives, vowing to honor her memory by continuing to uplift one another. Nene's death also spurred the community to come together in a way they hadn't before. Local artists collaborated to create a mural in her honor, capturing her vibrant spirit and the love she had for her city. The mural serves as a reminder not only of Nene's beauty, but also of the importance of community and solidarity in the face of tragedy. Community events held in Nene's name became a place for healing and remembrance. People gathered to share stories about her, laugh, cry, and reflect on the impact she had on their lives. These gatherings fostered a sense of unity and purpose, reinforcing the idea that they must look out for one another, especially in moments of vulnerability. Local authorities took notice of the increased awareness and began to implement measures to combat drink spiking. Bar and club owners were encouraged to adopt stricter policies and promote responsible drinking. Campaigns were launched to educate patrons about the dangers of leaving drinks unattended and the importance of looking out for friends. In conclusion, Naa's death was not just a personal tragedy, it was a societal one. It highlights the need for greater awareness about drink spiking and the dangers of GHB. We need to have more conversations about the importance of consent, safety, and looking out for one another, especially in social situations. And above all, we need justice for Naa Dromor, who should still be here, living out her dreams. As we remember Naa, let us not forget the lessons her story teaches us. It reminds us to cherish every moment, to support one another, and to be vigilant in our pursuit of safety and happiness. Naa Dromor will forever be in our hearts, a beacon of beauty and resilience, whose legacy will continue to inspire others.